So where are we at, Ainsley? July, state of the market for July.
Yeah, hi everyone. We're doing things a bit different. I'm not in the office with Simon, so we're trying a Zoom meeting today to engage you all. I haven't been on the monthly updates for a little while, so hello.
Yeah, and I've got the all the whiskey and spirits behind me. This is not at home. This is
I've got
it,
the Lego collection behind me.
which is more
Oh
impressive. More
dear.
impressive. So what are we seeing, Ains? Should we start with the probably what are we expecting rate wise?
Yeah, absolutely. We usually start there. So what does the
Yes,
little magic
yes. Look,
tracker
so
say?
on the website that we look at on a regular basis, the prediction is a 25% chance of a rate rise next month. Hopefully, the 75% is correct and that there's no rate change. But at this stage, there certainly doesn't seem to be much hope of a rate drop. A big announcement that's coming up by the time everyone sees this, it won't be far away, or maybe it's just happened. But 31 July, we should get the inflation data. When that comes in, that will probably have a big input on whether or not we actually get a rate rise in August. Cash flow has been a big one. So queries that we're both getting at the moment, Ainsley, it's interest rate can be important, but the bigger item is just how much things are costing. So
Yeah.
so sometimes when we're looking at different scenarios where we might be putting the term back to 30 years or starting interest only again, just whatever, obviously sometimes paying out credit card debt, personal loans, but whatever we can do to reduce the monthly repayments, because we've got plenty of people who are just trying to get through the next couple of years. So that's certainly happening quite a bit. What about borrowing capacity, Ains? What are we seeing there?
Yeah, well, we've got quite a few first home buyers who are trying to buy their first home, and with the tax rate cuts that came in on the 1st of July, that's increased their borrowing capacity, which means they can buy for a bit higher purchase price. So we've had two first home buyers buy last week on their increased purchase price, which has been great. So yeah, capacity is increased with that tax rate cut. So that's a positive. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and increased by more than what we thought it would. So
Yeah, it's had quite an impact, hasn't it?
it has, it has. Whether that's good for inflation, that's a whole other discussion. But for our but for our clients who need that bit of extra borrowing, it's very good.
Yeah.
Strategic investments. So we've had many clients in the last few years buy properties around Australia using an AI product. And it's interesting now where some of our clients are looking at buying again and just seeing how much some of those properties have gone up by. And of course, there's never a guarantee that will happen, but using the AI, from what we've seen with clients, it seems to have gone fairly well. So that's certainly interesting. So a bit of investor demand, and which can be just anywhere in the nation. And then what else? Reverse mortgages, Ains. So
Yes.
we've had more inquiry than usual about reverse mortgages. So,
Yeah.
or probably to you, Ains. Actually, no, before I ask you about how you're finding the reverse mortgage, so just briefly for everyone, a reverse mortgage, often we're talking people who are 60, 65 plus, often asset rich, cash poor. They may not be cash poor, more of a term, I guess. But so let's say there's a home worth $1 million and there's no mortgage on it, as an example, or there's only a mortgage of $100,000, then the client may be able to access some of those funds, and the no repayments need to be made. Interest just gets capitalized, it gets added onto the loan, and then when the home is sold one day, then that's when the lender gets repaid. So, but there's some of the purposes, Ains, have been interesting. What
They
some of
have
the
been, yeah. So, I mean, some people are obviously using it because the cost of living at the moment is just getting a bit too much, and they might be on a pension, for example. So, that's a necessity for them. But then we've had some other people who, they've got a home that's worth 3 million, for example, and they want to travel the world, over the next, 5 to 10 years. So they've done a reverse mortgage so that they can have the dream trips that they want to go on. So it's
yeah
quite a a variation. No, is that the word?
yeah
Yeah,
it's like it's
on
like
what people are using it for. Yeah. So
yeah
very interesting reverse mortgages. Yeah.
it is, and there's always there's always was it legal advice that the lender demands that a client has to make sure they understand the legal ramifications. But there's also the federal government guarantee on a reverse mortgage. Also, was it no negative equity guarantee? I think is what it's called. So, which protects the client as well. So anyway, so that's been really interesting. So a bit more of that in the last month. So they're probably the key bits, I'd say.
Yeah. July's been an interesting month, I must say. There's been a lot of variety in what we've been seeing. So yeah, it's been a good month actually.
Excellent. Well, probably until next month. Hopefully, your football team out there is doing better than my football team. But I hope everyone's getting through the winter well, and we'll talk to you in August.
All right. See you guys.
No worries. Thanks, Ains. Bye.
Bye.